Hi guys! So I finally got to edit this DIY living room makeover now that there's a lot more time being safer at home due to COVID-19. And I'm excited to share this new project with you, a continuation of my 440 square foot studio makeover, in hopes of giving you some inspiration as well. So just to recap, if you haven't seen my kitchen DIY, be sure to check that out on my DIY home playlist. So, since my living room and bedroom are pretty much one room, I decided to put up curtains as an affordable, space saving, and flexible divider to enhance separation and privacy. I really wanted a temporary wall or sliding divider door, but those cost thousands, and if you're like me, you can put more money into other things like investments. So initially, I bought blackout curtains from Target, hoping to trap light and heat in one area if it gets chilly. But though the fabric is nice and thick, it was heavier than I had hoped for, and the white curtains I ordered online were actually a very light gray. So, having to return that, I went to IKEA and found the right white tint that matched my white walls, and it was much lighter in weight. Though it wasn't blackout curtains, I made sure it was thick enough where you really couldn't see any silhouettes, and just a hue of light that wouldn't be distracting to the other side. Anyway, they are the Lenda curtains with tie backs, $34.99 for 2 panels per pack. I bought 2 packs and had an extra panel, and that did the trick. Now for the rod. I went to Amazon and found an extra long resistant rod and also some peel and stick rod holders. I tried my very best to prevent any drilling at first, but the stick-ons was not very reliable after a while, and I was so disappointed that they would peel off from the weight of the pole. There was actually one incident where the rod fell down on my head one night as it lost its grip, and luckily I was okay. Now, to make sure your divider is secure, I definitely recommend an extra sealing rod holder for the middle that you drill holes into for extra safety. This will ensure stability and give you a peace of mind. Okay, so enough about the curtains. Let's talk about the rest of the living space. Yep, that's Justin right there working away. If you intend to have guests over and they decide to spend a night or two, a sofa bed is an ideal piece of furniture needed for a small studio like mine. And since I had much success at IKEA with my curtains, I found my perfect pull-out sofa bed there as well. I would advise to take your time and bring whoever you think may be staying over with you, if possible, and make it a fun trip and test the sofas out before you take out a hefty chunk of change. My new sofa couch came out to under $200, including tax, and I made sure to use the IKEA family membership coupons for this large expense. I love that it's easy to roll out and put back, giving you fast transformations for your current environment. I also added an extra large white tablecloth or bedsheet to cover the sofa cover. I know, so Asian, right? So that if there's any accumulating dirt, I can just remove this sheet instead of the whole couch cover, since the sheet is a much lighter load in the washing machine. Now, if you have a pet that might have accidents, I'd recommend a waterproof couch cover. Next are the pillows. You know, pillows are expensive, and what is cooler than turning your old pieces into something new? Use your existing pillows and buy just enough fabric to rewrap them into a fancier design. The fabric for 2 pillows only cost me $5. If you were to buy new pillows, it would be $10 to $15 for each pillow, and no guarantee of being able to wash the cover. So I opted for buying fabric that I can take off, wash, and rewrap again. Here's a quick, easy, short tutorial of how to do it. This is a no-sew method, and I use a yard of fabric for each pillow. You're going to need to make a square, so fold a corner to the end of the other corner to create your invisible line for the square. Once you have done that, roll up the excess fabric. Then put your pillow at the tip of the fabric and roll it till it's covered. It is just like wrapping a present. Make sure your folds are nice and clean. Then bring the other two ends together and tie in a double knot and tuck it in if you like. And let's talk about living room table. If you're in a small space, having multifunctional uses with your furniture is key. My friend Devin, also known as Kid Haru, actually helped me find this piece outside his building as it was going to be picked up as trash. Luckily, Devin brought it over and we cleaned it up, and I repainted this baby with my extra white paint from the kitchen cabinets for the top and black paint on the bottom. It took about 3 or 4 layers for the white and 2 layers of the black for the bottom since the original table was a dark brown color. You never know. As they say, someone's trash is someone's treasure, and in this case, Devin and I found treasure. Most of my furniture pieces are actually free furniture I had or found and I flipped besides the sofa. I had a foldable mini table lying around and used it for many purposes over the years, from a bedstand table at the foot of the bed, a display and standing table that I've used for work, a small computer desk, and now a temporary hangout for my foster cats who like to chill and look out the window. There was a rug here when I moved in, and I made sure to wash, vacuum, and restore it to its original state. I believe the previous owner had cats, so this rug was a great scratching post for them, as I see my cats go to the same rug to relieve their stress on. If you're a cat mom or dad, check out the link in the description box for my rug recommendations. Okay, so now to finish it off, I like to add some plants to the mix to give my room some life. Succulents are known to be plants that are hard to die quickly, and if you forget to attend them for a few days, it's okay. You can get free succulents from your neighbors who are already growing them in their own yard, or find people giving free cuttings on the Nextdoor app in your community. I have also added green onion, which regrows twice and super fast in just a few days. Buy green onion at the market, use it for your meal, but make sure you cut and keep the roots and replant them by putting it in a cup of water or soil. It's convenient, saves you money, and adds nice decor to your place. And that's it. Adding a few things in the small space will make your room feel bigger and comfortable. Remember, less is more. Only add your necessities that can also be multifunctional. You can also readjust your furniture pieces hassle-free if they are light enough. Another thing to point out is have mirrors. That will enable your tiny room to look larger by deceiving the eye. As you can see, I rearranged it yesterday so I can have more mirror space for my dance and yoga workouts since I am staying at home more due to COVID-19 and safer at home. I gotta make the most out of the space I'm given. Plus, now that I pushed my couch closer to the window, my living room does feel a lot bigger. I also temporarily removed the curtains since I'm fostering cats and will put it back once I'm done. Anyway, you can always customize your room and change it up, giving you a feeling of a new environment if you need it. Cater to your personality. This is your safe haven and a place where you can have 100% creative freedom outside the workplace. Even if you rent, there are always temporary decals and light furniture pieces that can bring a room to life while staying on budget. The key to having a nice place is keeping it comfortable and clean. Oh, one more part that I forgot. As an extension of the living room, I wanted to include this since I have a small balcony outside. I got these solar LED string lights to put around the borders of the balcony. What I like about these is that you don't need to plug it in. Instead, let the sunlight provide that whenever it's sunny outside. All you need to do is press the on and off button when you want it to light up. Again, I've provided the link in the description box below if you're wondering where I got them. These lights still have that minimal and classy look whenever you're in the living room chillin' and looking outside the window without being too flashy for the neighbors. There are many different ways to style your studio or room, and I hope that I can give you some inspiration to do that with yours. And also, as a friendly reminder, I have added the links to some of the items that I got in the description box below. And be sure to check out www.littlegirlbigworldusa.com for ideal necessities you may need. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. I'd love to see what your makeover living room looks like and what kind of theme you went with. I'm always looking for new ideas from others as well. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos. Stay safe, healthy, and happy at home. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye!